Good morning. This is Elizabeth Estel, Homeschool Christian Mom, and we've been talking this week about how to get our homes organized so that we can have a good homeschooling environment for our family. And I was especially talking about this week because somebody asked me about a life reset. She said, I just need to almost like start over and get this figured out. And I said, well, okay, we've talked about going out of your house, then coming back in and saying, what is one area that would make a huge difference for me if I figured this area out, and then starting there and then keeping it very clean for 1 week and then adding to that as you go through your house. And then we've talked about individual chores and having specific lists for our children so they exactly knew what we wanted them to do, and also about doing chores as a family and having prizes and timing how long it took you to put away different things, and also just having special areas of the house like front door chores or living room chores so that your family knows what they can do to help, and you can start delegating some of these things out to your children. Now, they won't always do the same kind of job that you would do, but it still will be helpful, and you can use these as teaching opportunities. If you always feel like you have to do everything yourself, you will end up very tired and frustrated as well. So I want you to see how much you can delegate, and you'll always be teaching and say, okay, we need you to sweep again, or okay, I see that you missed something, we need to go back and get that real quick. But it'll be nice because once they've done the chore by the list that you prepared, they know they're done and you're happy with that. Now, if you need to add to your list later, and maybe you say, okay, their drawers are shut in their bedrooms, but their clothes are still sticking out of the drawers, and they have to actually have their clothes folded in the drawer or tucked into the drawer nicely and then close the drawer, you can add those specific. So as we're talking about the house, you also need to talk about maybe simplifying things in your house, because it's so easy to collect, isn't it? When we have kids here, we have a thrift store, we can go get extra books easily from the thrift store for a quarter or 50 cents, and all of a sudden you have 1,000 extra books at your house, or magazines, or perhaps one of your daughters likes to get new shirts at the thrift store, and then all of a sudden you realize she has 50 t-shirts in her room. So you have to go through and figure out how much stuff you actually want to have. I'm glad the t-shirts are a quarter at your thrift store or 50 cents, but you still don't need 50 of them per child. I talked to one or a grandmom, and she had gone to her daughter-in-law's house, and her daughter-in-law had gotten behind with laundry, and she said she did laundry like 6 or 7 loads just to get she had done 6 or 7 loads to get caught up with laundry. And I know that can happen, but I found that just by planning on doing 2 or 3 loads a day, I could keep up with things better. And I don't like to put laundry away, but we figured out different ways with the child having their own hamper and their own time slot. We could get the laundry done, and we had less sorting that way. So each child had a separate colored hamper, they had a separate time slot to do their laundry. Even when they were little, that was their slot.